It's crumbling. It feels like I'm burying myself and my family.
You know, having a lot of arguments about money coming in.
When I do actually try my hardest, it just feels like it's not working.
And we end up just fighting over the stupidest things.
I get fed up with everything, and my wife will get fed up with me.
I'm sick of living in these little apartments. I want a big home where my daughter can play in the backyard.
I don't think we're gonna last.
Money, 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 money.
I am a legal assistant, and Brian is in construction.
I do renovations, contracting.
I have steady income, and Brian doesn't. Our combined income is approximately $65,000 to $70,000 a year.
I started my business about 2 years ago. At first, I thought it was going well, and then things slowed down.
When he comes home and he's like, oh, there's no work tomorrow, I really get stressed out. And I said, well, get your butt out there and find something else now.
We'll be on each other's case, and we won't stop.
No, we have a loan for our rent. We got behind on our rent.
My worst fear is losing my family.
We have a 3-year-old daughter, Chloe. She's really where most of our money goes.
I feel like I'm losing everything and don't know where to turn.
And I really hope that we can get some help before our marriage ends.
This month, I'll help this couple move from red to black. I've been solving money problems for over 20 years, tackling everything from high finance to low income. I help people understand money and debt, which is still a huge mystery for most folks. And it's the #1 reason to split up. So now I'm making house calls. Brian and Theresa are struggling to manage on an inconsistent income. Yet they consistently overspend, especially on their daughter. They bicker so much, both are thinking of calling it quits. But crappy money habits shouldn't end a relationship, so I'm here to help. Hi, I'm Gilvaz Oxlade. Nice to meet you. Before I sit down with a couple, I like to look around their home. But Brian and Theresa's apartment is so small, there's not enough room in this place for everybody. So this is Brian and Theresa's bedroom, and Chloe sleeps in here with them. Again, a really small kitchen. Let's see what they have in the fridge. Ooh, lots of good food for a kid. Lots of kid stuff. I looked at your interviews, and I went through 6 months worth of finances. And here's what I saw. I'll start with you, Brian. I see you and Chloe having a special relationship, but that you're actually sometimes using your relationship to punish Theresa.
My wife will tell my daughter something, like she can't have something. My daughter will come to me, and I'll go over my wife's head and give it to her. You're welcome, baby.
Part of it is you're very resentful because she beats you up financially.
In certain ways, yeah, maybe.
And you are way overcompensating Theresa.
I know.
Over.
We're turning her into a brat because of it. I buy Chloe a lot of junk. I feel guilty sometimes because I work so much and I don't get to see her.
And you have your business issue. It's having an impact on the family cash flow.
I'll usually underquote is 90% of the time. I'll go in thinking I'm coming out with $2,000-3,000, and I end up losing $500.
Those losses add up quickly. Add to that some poor choices and some bad luck, and they're finding themselves in a pretty deep hole.
I wasn't working for a while and Brian wasn't working.
My daughter, we had a few expenses from when she had a major accident.
I have a $2,000 phone bill, my phone, my cable, and my internet in one.
It's about $5,000 I owe in parking tickets.
We couldn't get a permit for our street, so we ended up getting like 4 tickets a day on each car.
About $8,000 in credit cards.
I don't really want to add it all up because then I'll be scared.
Well, I've added it up for them. Brian and Theresa have managed to acquire $15,000 worth of new debt in the last 2 years. Now, they should be able to handle that on their current income, so I'm here to show them what they're doing wrong. You think you're spending about $45 a month on telephone. You're spending almost 3 times that. Car, you're spending double what you think you are. I think that the $386 I found is much more realistic for your food budget than the $270 that you guesstimated. Was it one of those pluck a number out of the air, oh, I think maybe we spend this?
Pretty much.
Okay, who's the boozer?
This one here. Last time
I enjoy
drank
my
was-
beer, yes.
You know, and it's okay to enjoy your beer. Did you know you were spending $100 a month on beer?
I could have told him that. I can't believe you. Are you hiding beers now?
Well, what do you think? I drank $400 in beer? Give your head a shake, Theresa.
This number I'm particularly concerned about. The bank fees at $50 a month.
We're really bad with bank machine.
On September the 6th, you used it 6 times. Here's the big problem. Look at all the money you're spending in cash, but you're not tracking it.
I would say we eat out approximately 5 times a week.
I don't think twice of taking my daughter out and spending like $100 or $200.
You're spending $1,400 a month more than you make.
Oh my God. Okay.
If you stay on this track, in 5 years, you'll be $168,000 in debt.
It's kind of scary.
I don't know what to say.
Take their existing debt, add $1,400 a month in overspending, compound the interest, and there's nothing to smile about. For the next 4 weeks, you're going to live on cash. You get to the end of the money, you stop shopping. And over those 4 weeks, I'm going to give you some challenges to do. You do the challenges, I'll give you up to $5,000. Don't do it, you don't get the money. So what I need from you now is your commitment.
Well, we're not happy now, so we were talking
Yeah,
about
it's either this or I'm gonna go.
The next thing I need you to do is go get me all your cards.
No, you can't get rid of my credit card.
Credit cards, debit cards, everything. Bring them.
All right.
Their financial troubles are on the mend, but can their relationship be saved? Have you finished bickering?
We could go on all night.
Brian and Theresa's money troubles have them on the verge of splitting up.
You don't like it? Whatever. Leave.
This is my house. Why should I leave?
Their income is unpredictable because Brian is self-employed, and they're not exactly pinching their pennies. You're spending $1,400 a month more than you make. They need to spend more time planning their spending than fighting about it. Money isn't rocket science, it's discipline. So now they're going to have to live by my rules. For the next month, this couple will learn to live on a strict cash budget. No more credit cards. They'll complete weekly challenges to tackle their money and relationship issues. And if they're willing to change, I'll reward them with thousands of dollars. No changes, no money. Okay, bring me those cards.
Well, these are a lifeline. I don't know what else to do without them.
I'm gonna learn to live without them. Give me those. You're gonna learn to live on cash.
Okay.
So now scoot, and I'll hide them.
Right.
You were spending $1,400 a month more than you made. In order to make it balance, I am cutting your variable spending by 70%. In creating their cash budget, I eliminated their overspending and put money aside for debt repayment and for when Brian isn't working. You're going to have $195 a week for things like clothing and gifts, for which you will have $6. Entertainment, for which you will have $20 a week. Groceries, for which you will have $75 a week. And transportation, for which you'll have $60 a week. And you're going to have to get to the end of the month before you get to the end of the money. And as a result, you have to keep track of what you're spending. That's why you need the handy-dandy budget binder. Every time you spend a cent on anything, you write it down here.
Including my business, the gas for business and whatnot too, because...
The business is a separate entity from the household.
People actually have time to do this? Write down every penny they spend?
When they're in as much of a mess as you are, they make the time.
Sure.
I mentioned to you earlier that there would be a challenge involved. Look at this baby. Baby being spoiled. You're not doing anything a lot of other parents don't do. What you're not doing is you're not setting some limits.
We go shopping quite a bit. So when we go shopping, if she sees something she likes, say a toy or an outfit or anything, she gets it.
So here's the challenge.
Okay.
You're going to make a list of what Chloe needs for the next month. And you're going to involve Chloe in the decision making about what goes on the list. So that she learns that you shop with a list. Because you guys haven't learned that yet.
No.
Time to learn. Everybody's going to learn this together.
But I'm just scared.
Just spending.
You're both used to spending.
No,
She's a little worse than me, I think.
No, I'm not. I'm always the one who's like, we don't have the money for this, we don't have the money for
But
that.
you end up going to get it anyway,
And
so.
he's the one who'll max out
Okay,
our credit
stop,
card to buy a
stop,
pair of
stop.
boots.
Have you finished bickering?
Sort of, yeah. We could go on all night.
Yes, you could.
After she gave us her challenge and showed us our budget, now I really know how hard it's going to be. So I need you to help me make this list. Well, I guess we're going to have to take her gymnastics suit out of the groceries because we don't have enough money left. We only have $5. We got to go buy you a gymnastics suit. We only brought enough money to buy you a gymnastics suit. No, we're not keeping that.
Well, how about we keep it in there until we leave, but we're not getting it, all right?
Yeah.
All right.
What color do you want? Black? I think that will fit you.
So, Brian and Theresa, here I am again. And I want to know how you did this week.
We did really good. I was
Did you?
proud of us. Yeah, we still have some money in the jar.
It's amazing how when you focus on the small dollars, how the big dollars don't go running away.
Exactly.
So tell me about your shopping experience with her. What was that like?
It was good because she knew what we were going in for.
Right.
A few obstacles, but
Tell me about the obstacles.
she wants the umbrella, so I said, okay, we can have the umbrella in the store, but once we leave the store,
Now, you see, I've done exactly the
there's
same
no
thing
umbrella.
with my kids.
So,
The challenges this week are these. Brian, your task this week is to learn how to estimate. Because what we want you to be able to do is get a job you can actually make a profit on.
that would be nice.
We will be providing you with a mentor that will be taking you out and teaching you everything he knows about estimating the job.
Brian doesn't like listening to anybody, and I think that might be a little bit of a challenge.
To create a comfort level for you, we're going to have you get more involved in this process.
Oh, I've already been
Meaning-
enough involved. I'm the one who keeps all the books. It's
Well,
giving
you
me
know
a headache
what? We
already.
have software for you.
Okay.
You need to define very clearly the line between business and personal, which means that he has to get a salary so that they'll know what they have to spend. I've told Brian he has to take a salary based on what's in the bank, not what he thinks he's going to make. It's hard work, it's a little bit of commitment, it's a lot of discipline. So if you're prepared to put in the commitment and the discipline and the hard work, you'll be there. Coming up, some things are easier said than done.
Wait, come on, stop.
Money, money, money.
Brian and Theresa aren't working on their financial problems together. They're headed for serious trouble. In 5 years, you'll be $168,000 in debt. I have them living on cash and have challenged them to control their spending, especially when it comes to their daughter, Chloe. Part of the problem is Brian's inconsistent income from his contracting business.
I'll go in thinking I'm coming out with $2,000-3,000, and I end up losing $500.
This week's challenges are for Theresa to properly set up Brian's business accounting and for Brian to learn how to better quote jobs with the help of a mentor.
Brian doesn't like listening to anybody, and I think that might be a little bit of a challenge.
If they can complete all my challenges, I'll reward them with up to $5,000. And to help Brian out, I've sent him someone I'm sure he'll listen to. Master contractor and television personality, Jim Carrick.
So, yeah, I got a call. A new deck.
New deck, yeah.
Yeah, a new fence, 6 foot, all the way around the perimeter.
Jim will share his experience to help Brian quote accurately and hopefully make some money.
She's gonna
Okay, so let's add another 16. I always add on a little more than what it actually is.
I'm not pricing the extras properly once I get into the job.
Well, you know what? I didn't do it either at the beginning. You'll learn as you go along to say, that's my final price, and you have to walk away.
The most important piece of advice that Jim had for Brian was that he should adequately value his own time when quoting a job.
That's probably what I should be asking. What do you think your time's worth? There's a couple ways of doing it. You can put yourself on a daily rate. You know, that's a 10-hour day.
Chloe, wait 1 minute.
Theresa's challenge proved a little more difficult than just mastering accounting software.
How do I get rid of this? Oh! You got me soaked. Look. You want to go find a towel? Thank you very much. This is why I can never get anything done. Wait, come on. No. Stop.
Did we have a beautiful week?
Sort of.
It was different. It was unexpected.
Tell me what was unexpected.
My mentor was,
Your mentor?
was somebody different than who I thought it would be.
Yes.
And it was quite exciting.
They will push you around because they hold the almighty dollar. So
And
don't let them push you around.
That's everything.
You know, that's the biggest piece of advice that I can give you.
So what did you learn from Jim?
To be confident with my price, shake their hand and say, this is it. If you're happy, give me a call in a week. Okay. If I don't get the call, I don't get a call.
Excellent.
Thanks.
And how did you do, ma'am?
Mine was a little more boring, of course.
Oh, she's getting the hang of it. She's been yelling at me for bringing in certain receipts and certain everything else.
Good.
She's been up till 2:30 in the morning the last week.
And do you feel more confident about his income because of that?
Yeah, and knowing that, we're not spending the money as it comes in, we're just going to hold it and wait till the next month.
See, so simple.
Yeah, it's simple, but I never thought of it before. And thank God you're here.
The next challenges you have to do are about growing up. There are some basic foundations you have to lay in your whole financial plan that aren't there. An emergency fund, some savings. And so one of the first things you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go and establish a savings account where you will take that money and put it. And this is the part of the financial plan that's called pay yourself first. Make sure it's an auto deposit to that account. That's taken care of. The other part of growing up is dealing with the debt. Almost half of Brian and Theresa's debt is from months of unpaid phone and cable bills, and almost $5,000 in unpaid parking tickets. They aren't going to go away without a plan. You now have an amount in your budget that will allow you to pay off your debt. What you do is you put yourself on a payment plan, that same old savings account. The portion that would pay for your parking, you just slide it away every month until you get the lump sum together, go in, pay off the tickets, it's done. That's the way to do it.
That's the only way.
It's clean, it's simple, and I think we're going to have to deal with the telephone cable problem in much the same way. When I come back next week, what I'm going to check on is, do you have the accounts book all set up so that you're tracking everything clearly? And do you have a schedule established for who you're going to give what money to every month until this is paid off? Can these two stop fighting long enough to complete the challenge?
Do you hear me? I don't care. Do whatever.
Money, money, money.
Brian and Theresa's young family is threatened by their financial mismanagement. They don't watch their spending and things are spinning out of control.
I hate the fact that I never know what's coming in.
We'll be on each other's case and we won't stop.
Through a series of challenges, I hope to teach them how to control their spending and better manage their home and business finances. If they can complete all my challenges, I'll give them up to $5,000. But can they stop fighting long enough to pull it off? The next challenges are about growing up.
I was wondering if it's possible to set up an automatic withdrawal from my personal checkings account. If we did $150 a month, it'd be 30 months.
If we don't have it every month, you're going to start your
It'd be changed if we.
Well, okay, as long as you know that.
$250, please. Can we just not do
Whatever,
that?
you deal with it. I don't care.
Because if we don't do it like this,
I don't
then
care.
You're making the money right now.
Do you hear me? I don't care. Do whatever. Let's go.
So $250 is in?
Yeah, that's fine.
I know it may look like this process is affecting us negatively, but really it has been good for us. We always bicker and we always argue, and I think that's just a part of us.
Tell me, were you successful this week?
I found we were successful.
How?
Well, we discussed our parking tickets. We set up the automatic withdrawal to transfer into our savings account.
Wonderful.
And by the way, the interest rate is 3% right now.
Good for you.
So that's great.
How did you do with the telephone / everything else bill?
I have set up a little schedule so that I can figure out, what's owing
And monitor it?
Yeah, basically a repayment schedule, so I can monitor it
Good.
and write it in, so I know what's paid and
We're
what's
way
owing.
ahead of the game here. How are you feeling about all of this? Do you want to run screaming from the house now and try and find somewhere else to live, or are you quite happy living here now?
I'm comfortable in what we're doing, and at least I know we're on track now.
So this has all worked out really well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're two happy campers.
Very happy.
And you should be. You follow the amount in your budget for debt repayment, and you should be clear of this debt in just over a year. Mm-hmm. Okay? And on top of it, if you go on putting that $200 away every month, $100 for savings and $100 for emergency, you'll have $2,400 in the bank. You'll be up. This month, Brian and Theresa have learned to control their spending better manage Brian's home-based business, and properly budget for self-employed income. Hopefully, they've also learned how important they are to one another. So you're happy?
Definitely.
And you know what?
I'm very happy.
I'm happy.
Okay.
And you know what happens when I'm happy? I go in the bag.
Yay.
Okay? For you. Because you have been good little elves. $5,000.
Yay. Thank you so much.
It's great. I feel more grown up. Now I sort of have to worry about what I spend, you know, see if I can keep it up.
You have to keep it up.
I will keep it up.
I have more news.
Okay.
You guys need some time off. You just need some time to yourselves. Okay? So, I have for you a nice little cabin in the woods with a fireplace.
That's so awesome.
Wow.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
You're welcome.
It's great having the extra money now. I don't have,
It's not extra money.
not extra money, but now I don't, she's not on my butt as much as.
Oh,
she
I'm
would
still
have been.
gonna be on your butt.
Oh, she's still gonna be on it. She's never gonna be off it. I still love her.